The Middle East has once again become the center of global political tension. Amid military confrontations, counter-threats, and diplomatic strain, a new concern has emerged: the possibility of nuclear weapons. This fear has sparked renewed anxiety within the international community. Former U.S. President Donald Trump recently made a statement that has reignited debate in global politics. He claimed that if the United States had not taken timely military action, Iran could have gained the capability to produce a nuclear weapon within just 2 weeks. Trump's remark has not only stirred political discussions, but has also generated widespread debate among international security analysts. The question now being raised is whether it is truly possible to build a nuclear weapon so quickly, or whether this was simply a political statement. According to Trump, Iran's nuclear program had reached a stage where it could soon achieve the capability to develop a functional nuclear weapon. In his words, the situation had become so serious that without swift action, the security of the Middle East and even the entire world could have been at risk. He particularly emphasized that if nuclear weapons fall into the hands of radical leadership, it could become dangerous not only for a specific region, but for the entire world. For this reason, he claimed, the United States decided to take rapid action. Amid this tense situation, reports from various international sources suggest that the United States and its close ally, Israel, jointly carried out military strikes on several facilities linked to Iran. The objective of these attacks was reportedly to weaken Iran's potential nuclear infrastructure and slow down its technological progress. However, the incident has sparked new controversy in international politics. Many observers are questioning whether such strikes might actually make the situation even more complicated. On the other hand, Iran has consistently denied these allegations. Authorities in Tehran insist that their nuclear program is entirely peaceful and primarily intended for civilian purposes. Iran has stated that it uses nuclear technology mainly for electricity generation, scientific research, and the advancement of medical technology. Officials have repeatedly emphasized that the country has no plans to develop nuclear weapons and that it is operating in accordance with international law. However, according to many international analysts, the reality may not be so straightforward. Several nuclear experts have expressed skepticism about Trump's claim that Iran could achieve weapon capability within 2 weeks. They argue that developing a functional nuclear weapon is an extremely complex and time-consuming process. Having enriched uranium alone is not enough to build a weapon. It also requires advanced technology, sophisticated design, explosive testing, and a reliable delivery system. Therefore, in reality, producing a fully operational nuclear weapon would require far more time and technological capability. Analysts also point out that political statements often dramatize situations in order to gain international support or justify military action. As a result, many view Trump's remarks as part of a political strategy. Nevertheless, it is also true that Iran's nuclear program has long been a source of international concern and has made the security situation in the Middle East highly sensitive. At present, the Middle East has once again become a potential center of conflict. On one side is the display of military power, and on the other, diplomatic pressure, creating an intense struggle for influence. Many in the international community fear that if the tension spirals out of control, it could have major consequences not only for the Middle East, but also for global security. Meanwhile, the possibility of a diplomatic solution remains uncertain. Many countries and international organizations believe that returning to negotiations is essential to calm the situation. History has shown that conflicts surrounding nuclear issues rarely have simple outcomes. Overall, the situation in the Middle East is extremely delicate. Military tension, nuclear concerns, and political rhetoric have created a complex equation of uncertainty. What happens next will depend largely on the decisions made by the countries involved. Whether they choose the path of conflict or attempt to resolve the crisis through diplomacy will determine the future of security, not only for the Middle East, but across the world. For now, the entire world is watching closely to see what the next chapter of this crisis will bring.